Okay, now we are going to discuss isosceles triangle properties. Let's take an isosceles triangle. In geometry, an isosceles triangle is a triangle that has two sides of equal length. You can see in the given diagram, you can see in the given diagram, okay, these symbols are indicating that these two sides are equal. Say ED equals to EF. ED equals to EF. Let's first consider the parts of an isosceles triangle. All isosceles triangles have two congruent sides. You can see that here DE, side DE is equal to side EF. These are called as legs. And also, the angles opposite to the legs are called the base angles. The angles opposite to. So, let's take. Let me pick a different color. Yep. So, the angles opposite to the legs are called. Just look at this one. This angle, which is angle D, and opposite to side DE, which is F. These angles are equal. We call them as base angles. Okay, you may have noticed that the base angles are congruent. So let me take this one as oops, my bad. So let me take the highlighter. This is we thought as D and this one as E. And here the base angles are equal. So what are base angles means? You see that two sides are equal, and therefore this is the one which is not equal to the other two sides. So this is called as base. Okay, I call this one as a base angle. Angle D is base angle and angle E also base angle. These two are the base angles. This fact is known as the isosceles triangle theorem. If two sides of a triangle are congruent, then the angles opposite to those sides are congruent. Don't forget, we know that these two sides are equal, they are marked. So opposite to this side and opposite to this side, these angles are equal. How do you know that the base angles are equal or congruent? So let's take the triangle and you drop a vertical line that is dividing the base into two equal halves. That is dividing the base into two equal halves. So here BM, I'm taking that BM equals to MC. I'm drawing AM such a way that it is bisecting. Bisecting means making the base into two equal halves. So here length of BM is equal to length of MC. Okay. Now here onwards it's easy. Let me pick a different color. Right. In triangle ABM, in triangle ABM and triangle AMC. I see that AB equals to AC. How do you know means we know that in an isosceles triangle two sides are equal, right? So I can say that it's given or this is the isosceles triangle property. And BM equal to MC. By construction, I got that these two sides are equal. Now, the third one is AM equals to AM. By reflexive property, if I am taking a side which is shared by both the triangles, so I see that AM and AM they are equal because this side is shared by both the triangles. I forgot to mention the line segment symbol. Okay. So I see that side equals to side, side equals to side, and side equals to side. Therefore, triangle ABM is congruent to triangle ACM. You have to be careful while writing in order. Now you see that these two triangles are congruent by SSS congruency. By SSS congruency. Okay. Well, now if you want to overlap these two triangles on one other, which one do you choose? Is it by rotating one of these two triangles or by reflection? Think for a while. Yes, sir. Here, by reflection. By reflection, these two triangles will overlap on each other. Okay. In such case, where angle B will, which part of triangle AMC will match with the angle B? Angle B. Okay. If you think that way, then you can say that, yeah, that is angle C. These two will match with each other when you rotate, when you reflect. So angle B and angle C, these two are equal. We call this one as corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent, right? So I proved that base angles. I see that angle B and angle C, these two are base angles, and I proved that these two angles, that is base angles, are equal. I proved it. That's it. Then continuing to the next part, let's take the whiteboard. Here I'm going to present two quick examples. So let me take it. Yeah. Okay. So I see that two sides are marked. My bad. I see that two sides are marked. These two symbols are saying that these two sides are equal. So we know that opposite to these sides, these angles are equal, because we know that base angles are equal, right? And also it's marked that these two angles are equal. Okay, so don't forget, we call these two angles as base angles, and the third angle is known as angle of vertex or vertical angle. You can call it as a vertical angle or the angle of vertex. And here these two angles are base angles. Base angles. Well, we know that in the previous lesson you learned that sum of three angles of a triangle equals to 180 degrees. 180. Therefore here x, and the second one is x, third one is 32 degrees, equals to 108 degrees. You know, if there is no coefficient, you can consider 1. Therefore, what is 1x plus 1x means? That gives me 2x plus 32. Don't forget, don't add a variable and a constant. Maybe in layman's language, don't add letters and numbers. This is really important to remember. Now, how to eliminate 32 means, as you know that we take the inverse operations, or say that the opposite sign, which is negative sign, the same value, that is 32 on both the sides. Then when I simplify, I get that 2x equals to 148. Feel free to use your calculator at this point. Then 2 times x, the inverse operation is division by 2 on both the sides, division by 2 on both the sides. Then after the cancellation, I get x equals to, it is 74 degrees. 74 degrees. So that's the value of x. If you have any questions and if you are not sure whether your answer is correct or not, always you can plug in back the value of x in the equation and check whether it is equal to 180 degrees or not. Okay, then let's quickly jump to the next example here. Again, I see that these two sides are equal and the opposite sides, sorry, the opposite angles to these angles, that is x and x, these are the base angles. These are the base angles. Okay, we know that base angles are equal and also it is marked in the given diagram as x and x. In the previous lesson, you learned that sum of three angles of a triangle is always equals to 180 degrees, right? Therefore, let me take it is one is x degrees, the other one is x degrees, and the third angle is 24 degrees equals to 180. Here on notes, it is same as the previous question, so I guess you can continue working on this. Well, in this diagram, this is a little complicated as compared to the previous questions. I see that these two sides are, I'm sorry, yep, let me try. Okay, yeah. So here I see that this side and this side, these two are marked as equal. So please look at the symbols. So the angles opposite to these sides are equal, right? So we know that here the base angles are equal. So what are the base angles here means? I see that one of the base angles is 5x plus 7 degrees and the other one is 52 degrees. Friends, notice that these two angles are equal. These two angles are equal. So here onwards we are going to use simple algebra like take away 7 on both the sides. So once when you take away 7 on both the sides, then 5x equals to 52 minus 7, that gives you 45. Then how to eliminate 5 means the inverse operation is opposite of multiplication, that's division. So after the cancellation, you get that the value of x equals to 9. The value of x equals to 9. One more question on again isosceles triangle properties. I see that these two sides are marked. I can say that side AB and AC are equal. So I see that AB equal to AC, that is given. So if these two sides are equal, we know that the opposite angles, which is 3x, first of all, let me mark that this one. Friends, here if these two sides are equal means, please notice that angle B equals to angle C. Here, angle B equal to angle C. Why means, if two sides are equal, then the opposite angles to these equal sides are equal. Right? Again, I'm repeating the opposite to equal sides, the angles which are opposite to equal sides are equal. Therefore, angle B equals to angle C. So, Angle B, I don't know what is the value of it, but I know that angle C equals to 3x. Therefore, angle B is also 3x. Then here comes the next rule, that is sum of three angles of a triangle. Sum of three angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Therefore, the angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals to 180. Actually, in the given diagram, one angle is missing. Angle A is 4x, angle B is missing, angle B is missing. But here, I figured it out. What's the value of angle B? That is 3x. Once again, I'm repeating. It's given that side AB and AC are marked equal. So if these two sides are equal, the angles which are opposite to these sides must be equal. Therefore, the angle B equals to angle C. So the value of angle B is 3x. Angle C is also 3x, which is given equals to 180. So 4x plus 3x, 4x plus 3x, that gives me 7x, 7x plus 3x, that is 10x equals to 180 degrees. I hope you know how to eliminate this 10. We go for inverse operations, that is division. After the cancellation, x equals to 18 degrees. In fact, during testing, the question may be what is the value of x? Then you are done. But sometimes you may be asked what is the value of angle A? So you have to be really careful while solving the problems. After solving for the value of x, then you have to look what the question is exactly. If it is asking what is the value of A, means A is angle A is 4x. Then plug in the value of x here, which is 18. 4 times 18, it is 72 degrees. Feel free to use the calculator. You take angle B or angle C, these two are equal. So angle B or angle C, that is equals to 3x, and then plug in the value of x, which is 18. So use calculator, it is 54 degrees. If you are not confident whether the answer is correct or not, means then plug in the value of A here, plug in the value of A here, and next B and C, you got 54, then plug in the value of B here, and C here, and check whether is it equals to 180 degrees or not. That's it.